Hi Capricorn, welcome to your love reading from May 2019. I've already posted your general reading, and from next month I'm going to do my love readings on Vimeo. I'll still be doing my weeklies and my general readings, but that's what I'm going to start doing, and the choice is always up to you if you choose to purchase them or not. They'll be about the same price as a Starbucks coffee. There won't be any more than that. So let me have a look at the central issue for the sign of Capricorn in their love reading or any sort of relationship dynamic. It can be with work colleagues, that sort of thing. It's about the energy that you're meeting from the outside world, okay? So the central issue is the Hanging Man. Not everyone's favourite card, because it's that feeling that you have no control over it, and no one likes what they can't control. Three of Cups is your thinking now, so very, very nice card. It can be some Capricorns are involved in a three-way situation, okay? Mentally, they're the Eight of Pentacles, so they're really just focusing on their pentacles, to tell you the truth. Emotionally, the High Priestess. They're the Ace of Wands, okay. You're viewing things as the Four of Wands, so it's going to a much better place, but it looks like May, there doesn't feel that there's going to be an awful lot of togetherness in the month of May. I'm going to pull a general, one more card between the two of you. Page of Pentacles. So the central issue is the Hanging Man. Most of my viewers know the cards already, okay? But the Hanging Man is someone who's on his road to enlightenment. Enlightenment can be a very, very painful process, Capricorn, because it comes with that feeling of I don't like the word impotent, but this guy almost is, because he's totally suspended in the air. So there's a lack of action, and there's very, 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 very little control. I think this is particularly around the emotional side from you, because you're the High Priestess. The High Priestess very often speaks of an energetic connection, but not as much, because the next card is the Empress, and the Empress is when you meet in real life, yeah? So there feels that there's an awful lot of being in the unknown, being in the mystery. You know what? 99.9% of this universe is the mystery. It is part of our reality. So really, when we don't like it, what we don't like is life. Okay, so there's maybe quite a lot to consider here, Capricorn. Mentally, you're the Three of Cups. So the Three of Cups and its light side is just about having fun and celebrating. In its shadow side, there can be a feeling that there's more than one person in this relationship. It's going to be different for everyone. But how the other people are approaching you, Eight of Discs, so they're sort of turning their back on you a bit, Capricorn. And this is someone who's very much focused on his pentacles or her pentacles. Very much, they're trying to be the master of their craft. And they're putting an awful lot of their energy into getting on with it. Now, maybe they're doing this because of the energy of the Hanged Man and the High Priestess, which means there's very, very little movement. And in my private readings, I always get the people to focus on what they can focus on, which is that 1%, which is the earth element. So that's what the person who you're dealing with is doing. But you know what? Don't be fooled, Capricorn, because there's an awful lot of power coming through here. The Ace of Wands in the emotional section is about the power of attraction. So they might be coming across as all Hanged Man, all Eight of Pentacles, but underneath it, they really have this incredible burning energy of wanting to pursue, of wanting to go forward, of wanting to have some sort of sexual relationship with you. But because of the Hangman, they might be putting all this libido force into their craft. In fact, I sort of guarantee you they are, because they're coming across as the Emperor. Okay, so the Emperor with the Eight of Pentacles with that Ace of Wands is so much energy going into, it'd be like self-employment and really mastering this Pentacle realm. So when you get this amount of energy, maybe they're in a job they don't want to be in, they're fed up and they just want to take control of their destiny. Very, very, very powerful cards for the other person. But maybe leaving you feeling that you're floating around in no man's land. Emotionally, you're the High Priestess, which talks about an energetic connection, but very little happening in form. But your view of things is the Four of Wands. So the Four of Wands is about celebration. So something's going to happen that's going to create the feeling of togetherness. So, yeah. And it's with the Lovers card. And there's a feeling as you move to the end of May, you and whoever you're dealing with is going to come out of, because the Hangman and the High Priestess is the energy of, you know, sort of being in the mystical realm. You're going to emerge out of that. You definitely are by the end of it, because you get the Four of Wands with the Lovers card, and maybe I've misread the Emperor, and it's not only about self-employment, it's about someone taking charge and taking the lead because of the Ace of Wands, because of this desire that they feel towards you, towards making the relationship into a much more stronger structure. Are you going to spend most of May upside down where no one wants to be? Yes, Capricorn, for some of you. I'm going to pull a couple more cards for you. You know what, I really, really like your reading. Yeah, you're going towards the Six of Cups, reconciliation with the Knight of Wands. I think the Knight of Wands is going to be coming probably more from the other person, because they've got this Ace of Wands, which is this desire. If they can just disconnect a little bit from all their energy, which is going into the Pentacles, this is a lot of energy of passion, actually, probably because the Emperor card is Aries, which is propelling this person. And I'm going to ask who needs to take the action, because the Six of Cups with the Libra card and the Ten of Cups. So you're definitely going towards reconnection, happiness, whatever that means. But who's going to take the lead here? Is it coming from the other person, or is it going to come from you? I'm going to ask. So what's Capricorn to do? Okay, you're to be the Seven of Pentacles. So contemplate very little. And who's the other person? The other person's going to be the Wheel, which means they've got very, very little control over this desire they have to come towards you. The Wheel of Fortune's astrology, by the way. I'm also an astrologer, as most of you know. So really, we can think for anything that we want until certain planets go into configurations together. That's what the Wheel of Fortune is, and that's what propels someone to act. So really, Capricorn, the Hanged Man is in fact the only reality that it is, because we are not really in control of things. Everything's under this great wheel, and we either become terrified of that and hide in a box, or we embrace it and our life becomes magical. I think there's going to be a lot of movement in your relationships towards the end of May. And the energy between you and most of May is going to be basically having a blindfold on. When we learn to master the energy of being in that realm, I have got no words to say how amazing our life becomes, okay? You're going towards reunion, connection and emotional happiness. There's nothing to worry about here, apart from being uncomfortable with not knowing. And if we become uncomfortable with not knowing, our life becomes the size of a postal stamp, and we become terrified of taking risks. And really that's where the work needs to be done. Because this is an awful, powerful person that you're dealing with. And if you want the relationship to be fulfilling and lasting, you might have to move out your comfort zone, Capricorn, basically. Okay? Very interesting. Don't know what's going on. I love it, personally. Take care, Capricorn. Bye.